This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with Dirk Heuvel, who is VP of Vineyard Operations at McManis, California. How are you today, sir?
Good, doing very well. Thank you for having me out here today.
Excellent. We are here to speak about one of the buzzwords of the last decade in the wine world, and that is sustainability, something that McManis take extremely seriously. What I would like to do is speak a little bit about your history, how you came to be working with McManis, which you've been doing for quite some time now, and how you've seen sustainability evolve throughout your many years with the company.
Yeah, so I really started, my history with farming started really young with almonds in Ripon, California, and it really evolved into the wine grapes when my grandfather actually planted his first vineyard. It was a Petite Sirah, 40 acres of Petite Sirah, for Ron and Jamie McManis when they started the winery back in 1998. Since then, that's always been kind of a passion of mine. You know, between growing the almonds and growing the wine grapes, I always kind of sided towards the wine grapes. So shortly after I graduated high school, I had an opportunity to come work for the McManis family, and I've been there now for a total of 16 years. And I actually married into the McManis family. So just celebrated my 12th anniversary with my wife, Tanya.
Oh, congratulations. What was your role when you first started with McManis?
So I was really on the day-to-day operation, kind of overseeing what was happening with the equipment, overseeing, making sure that the tasks that were supposed to be getting done were getting done, and being efficient, effective, on those tasks. Things like overseeing mowing, harvesting. A lot of it, we do a lot of our harvesting happens at nighttime. So being out in the field with the harvesters, making sure that we're picking as much fruit as we can. We're not leaving fruit on the vine. We're not accidentally dropping fruit on the ground. Just really, it was a lot more geared towards like the quality control of the mechanical side of the operation.
When you first started with McManis, was sustainability something that was spoken of often?
Yes, sustainability was still pretty new when I started. It was the buzzword of sustainability just started coming around. Really, it was either you were kind of more conventional farming or you were an organic farmer.
Right.
So the sustainability really caught on. For us, about 2011 is when we certified our first vineyard. There was 130 acres, not too far away from where our winery was located. And then flash forward to today, we have now over 3,600 acres that are all certified through the Lodi Rules program.
So does this mean that your vineyards, your acreage, is all organic?
No, and there's a little bit of a misconception between what organic farming is and what sustainable farming is.
Right.
The simplest way I can put it is organic farming is not sustainable. Organic farming is not sustainable in the sense that if everybody was farming organically, it's the amount of natural resources that it would take for somebody to be able to farm in that style that as an industry, as a grower community, if everybody was farming organically, there just, physically would not be enough to go around. And I guess the whole idea behind sustainable farming is that whatever we're doing, farming sustainably, we can do that year after year and not affect future generations, their capability, or having their ability to be able to continue farming in that same fashion.
Let's talk a little about the Lodi Rules program for those who are unfamiliar with it.
Yeah, so I actually sit on the Lodi Rules committee. It's something that's been passionate to me. It really is a set of farming standards. There's over 150 farming standards that are encompassed within the Lodi Rules, divided out over 6 chapters, including business management, human resource management, pest management, ecosystem management, water management, and soil management. So it doesn't focus just on one aspect of the growing operation. It really focuses on the operation as a whole. How you treat your employees, how you treat the land, how sustainable is your business? Do you have a business plan? What's the future of your business? Because you can't have a sustainable vineyard without a sustainable business supporting it. Having the sustainable certification is a way for us to verify what we're doing. Having a third-party auditor come in and make sure that we are truly operating in a sustainable manner was important to us. It's one thing to say you're doing something sustainable, but to take it a next step and actually go through the process to get the certification is really what sets you apart from other growers.
When it comes to growing grapes, making wine in California, I'm sure that water management is key to all of that. How important is that water management when it comes to sustainability of McManis?
Yeah, so that, it is a separate chapter within the Lodi rules. Knowing how much water you're actually putting on your vines helps you grow a better quality vine to begin with. The conservation efforts that we've taken, not just through the farming side, but as the business as a whole, we're able to produce a gallon of wine utilizing 0.75 gallons of water, where your standard winery uses anywhere from 3 to 6 gallons of water to produce that same gallon of wine.
So how on earth are you doing that?
So we don't do any storage of our wines in barrels or fermentation in wine barrels. We're able to replicate what goes on inside that barrel on a larger scale in anywhere from 18,000 gallon, 36,000 gallon, 72,000 gallon lots. We're able to add the oak to those tanks to age them, still replicating the same amount of oak that's in a barrel, but we're doing it in a larger tank, which is less barrels that need to get washed. So the amount of water that it takes to go wash those barrels out, we're able to just clean one tank and utilize just a fraction of the water required by doing the barrel aging.
And I believe you don't hose down your cellar floors either.
Yeah, no, it's one thing that we've really trained our employees is that, if you have a mess on the ground that needs to get cleaned up, do it the old school way with a broom and a dustpan and clean it up, and don't use a hose and a ton of water to sit there and try to push that down into the drain. Just clean it up first, and then it's makes it a lot more efficient for us. And then we also, our wastewater system that we have put in place, so back in 2018, we put in a new state-of-the-art wastewater system. So we're able to capture, recycle, and reuse 100% of the water that we acquire through the facility, and not just the wastewater from doing the winemaking practices, but we also capture all of the rainwater throughout the facility and utilize that on our crops.
Now, the Lodi Rules program was the very first sustainability program in North America.
So the Lodi Rules is America's oldest certified sustainable wine growing program.
And there's a new fellow in town when it comes to sustainability programs, right?
Yeah, there is. So you have the CSWA also. So our winery facility is actually certified through the CSWA. CSWA carries dual certification. We chose to go the route of having Lodi Rules for all of our vineyards. We are a heavy Lodi grower. That's where all of our reds are all carry Lodi on the label. And those wines are the vineyards are all certified through the Lodi Rules program. And then the CSWA program, who certifies our winery, actually got a lot of their certification standards from the Lodi Rules. So, part of trying to better the state and promote sustainability in vineyards and agriculture, the Lodi Rules allowed the CSWA to utilize their program to create their own.
how would you respond to someone who would say, oh, this is just corporate greenwashing, with sustainability being such a hot button topic these days?
Greenwashing, it does happen. I think if somebody was wanted to do greenwashing and all they were looking for was a stamp of approval from somebody, you're not going to get that with the Lodi Rules program. The Lodi Rules program, it is not the easiest program to get certified in, but I feel like it does have the most credibility out of the other programs that are available. So you know that when you look on the bottle and you see this Lodi Rules certified sustainable logo, you know that the amount of effort and work that went into getting that certification.
And you will find that on each and every one of the McManis bottlings these days. Right. Okay. So what do you see as the future for McManis when it comes to sustainability?
So, we are always looking for ways to better ourselves as a grower, better ourselves as a steward of the land, as a winemaker. As the agriculture evolves and the industry evolves, the program's going to continue to evolve to keep up with all these changes that are constantly happening. McManis will always be part of that change and that those evolutions that are happening. I'm proud to say that I do sit on the Lodi Rules Committee, and we are proud to have that label on the back of that bottle. So the three big things that set us apart from other wineries is we are a family-owned and operated brand. So from the growing side, the winemaking side, the marketing side, the production side, there is a family member that is involved with the day-to-day operation there. We are estate grown, so 100% of what we farm goes into our own bottles. We don't outsource fruit from any other wineries.
I don't think everybody is aware of that, actually. I was quite surprised realizing the size of your production.
Yeah, and it is, and then to be able to do all that in a sustainable manner is pretty unique.
Well, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today, giving us an insight into what you're doing at McManis when it comes to sustainability, and hopefully we'll have a chance to come down and see it in person at some point in the not-too-distant future.
Yeah, we'd love to have you out.
Superb. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye for now.